Hey guys and gals, it's me George, the Shade Tree Fix-It Man, and I'm here with my cancer awareness build update. I haven't gotten very far. Basically all I have done was mounted my wheels and tires and stuck them under the car and mocked it up, and I knew right away that one of the things I had to do was either raise the rear end or drop the front end. And because this is molded suspension, I couldn't raise the rear end very well. So what I did was I drilled a new set of holes in the front to lower the front end, give it just a little bit of a rake, which is what I had on my original car. You can see here in this picture, I had long shackles on it to jack the back end up. Because that was the popular thing back in the 70s. When I had this, it was probably, I'm going to guess it was probably like 75, no, yeah, probably 75, something like that when I had this car. Had it for a couple of years. I was working as an auto mechanic, had just started back then, and yeah, so this is just a mock-up, and you can see there aren't many parts to this. If I can raise you up here a little bit, well no, I'll just bring the parts over. Here's the chrome tree, basically the front bumper, the rear bumper, and the valance panel for the tail lights. And then it does have a couple of mirrors, and it has one antenna and a couple of spotlights. Won't be using the spotlights, might be using the other stuff. And then for the interior, have a very basic dashboard. Won't get a whole lot of detailing on that, but I'll do as much as I can. And the steering wheel is here in the bag, still haven't taken it out. And this is the interior, and thankfully, I guess evidently all the Calientes had the bucket seats in them, which mine did, with a floor shift console. And a regular Comet would have had a bench seat in it, but this was the high class unit. And mine, when I bought mine, it had a 260 V8 in it, and it wasn't long after I had it that it seized up or twisted off the drive rod for the oil pump, which happens to be a rod that's about, I'm going to say about a foot long, comes off the bottom of the distributor, which is driven by the camshaft, and then this goes down into the oil pump, and that's what turns the oil pump. And what would happen on these old V8s is that the valve seals in the motor would start drying out and crumbling up, and the pieces would get down in, they would clog the screen, and then they would bypass the screen and get into the oil pump itself and seize up the oil pump. So my first thing to do was to pop the valve covers off, and I replaced the valve seals, and I pulled the pan and cleaned out the oil pan, cleaned out the filter, and the pump was still good. It just needed to get the junk out of it that had jammed it up. Replaced the rod, put it all back together, and I drove it again for a little while, and it was using a fair amount of oil even after replacing the valve seals. So I kept my eyes open, and I found a 289, and I swapped that for the 260 that was in it. And yeah, that's the way I drove it till I sold it to my younger brother. So anyway, there's the update, and hopefully next time I'll have it all cleaned and at least have it all in primer and maybe get the interior painted. We'll see what happens. But thanks for watching, and I'm really going to work hard to get this done within the 1 month time period. So thanks again. This is George, the Shade Tree Fix-It Man. Bye now.